It's like there's something coming round the back.
Look at that! Oh shit!
We've only found it.
Oh yes!
Hello and welcome to Paranormal Investigations. Today we're going to talk about the history of Borley Rectory, the ruins of Borley Rectory at the moment.
So a total of 2 rectories were built in this location for the church. What happened to the first one?
It burnt down.
Oh right, and then there was a second one. What happened to that one?
Burnt down.
But not before garnering a sinister reputation and being considered one of the most haunted houses in Britain.
Yeah, definitely. And 23 years after the rectory was destroyed, a second rectory was constructed under the direction of Reverend Henry Ball in 1862.
It's said that he was the father of 14 children.
Yeah, 14 children.
Randy bugger.
Randy didn't have TVs, did they?
Now, the legend begins with the Benedictine Priory, which was built during the 1360s and was home to a monk and a nun.
Who were having lots of sex, apparently.
Lots of sex.
Yeah, lots and lots. They were all having sex.
Maybe it's them that put the sex in Essex.
Yeah. The Reverend, the nun and the monk.
They were all at it.
They were all at it, yeah, definitely. Edward was a local busybody in the village and he caught the nun and the monk. They didn't like it in the village, obviously, not meant to be doing them sort of things. The monk got hung and the nun apparently got bricked up in the walls of her convent.
Still alive and breathing, supposedly just left to rot inside.
Yeah, just bricked up alive.
So going back onto the topic of Reverend Ball, 4 of his children saw what they claimed to be an apparition of a nun walking around the back of the Borley Rectory, and this is the earliest known report of any kind of hauntings in this location. Now, after Reverend Ball died or moved out or whatever happened to him, Reverend Smith and his wife moved into the property.
Now one day, Reverend Ball's wife was clearing out one of her cupboards in the kitchen, having a bit of a house cleaning, and she came across a human skull.
As you do, everyone keeps a skull in the cupboard. Now this is where the story takes a turn. After Reverend Smith and his wife supposedly found this skull in the cupboard, they contacted the Daily Mirror, who sent Harry Price, ghost hunter extraordinaire, to investigate.
Yeah, and Harry Price worked for the Daily Mirror. Was it the Daily Mirror?
Yeah.
It was, yeah. And he was
He's
a bit of a blackguard.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
kind of blew it up out of proportion.
he blew everything up. But no one heard, apparently after Harry Price done his investigation, there was stones thrown, chains could be heard, the piano was playing itself, but none of this had come to light, absolutely none of it, until Harry Price had done his investigation. Although we've done the investigation, and we did find lots of energy there, lots of, I couldn't go as far as to say it was haunted, personally.
There was a lot of EVP.
Yeah, there was a lot of
electromagnetic
EVPs,
energy.
and some voices, disembodied voices
funny
coming through.
stuff from the spirit box as well. So.
Yeah, definitely.
After the Smiths left the rectory in 1929, Reverend Forsyth and his wife Mary Ann moved into the property.
Yes, and when they wasn't having sex, they were making up lots of claims of paranormal activity.
So throwing objects, strange lights.
Yeah, ringing bells, pianos,
The lot.
playing on itself. But Marianne later admitted she made the whole thing up. You guessed it. Why did she make it all up? Because she was having sex with the lodger.
With the lodger.
Dirty bugger.
You can't make this up.
You couldn't make it up.
There's
Right.
a running thing with this place.
Yeah, it's fires, sex and fires, friction. That's...
So they made the whole thing up to cover up the fact that she was having an affair.
Yes.
And the Forsyths left Borley Rectory in 1935. No idea what happened to them after that.
No, well, it could have gone to marriage guidance. They could, you never know. They just disappeared, basically.
Or perhaps Mary Ann ran away with him.
Yeah, she lived happily ever after. You never know.
God only knows.
Yeah, well, yeah, literally.
So who's the next person to take over Borley Rectory?
That would have been Harry Price, the ghost hunter extraordinaire.
So Mr. Price supposedly rented the rectory for 1 year, had 40 or so students living there conducting their own investigations and writing down their findings. Putting aside the fact that the man himself was caught purposely throwing stones in the garden of the rectory, all of them had similar reports to the original claim made by Mr. Price in the Daily Mirror originally.
Okay, so supposedly Harry Price done a séance in the rectory and I believe it was a French nun.
The spirit of a French nun called Marie Léa. It's said that the nun travelled to Borley to marry into the Waldegrave family, which was a well-known family at the time, and supposedly she was murdered on rectory grounds.
Yeah, murdered on the grounds, but nobody knows where or how, whether she was thrown down a well, buried in the grounds.
We don't know.
No, nobody knows. And in Borley Church itself, inside the church, there's a big tomb for two of the Waldegrave family actually inside the church. So we visited Borley Rectory in September 2019. We've done an investigation there, and all that actually remains of the rectory nowadays is ruins. It's rubble.
The property was built on a 4-acre plot of land alongside other various structures, such as the summer house, which is also in the area. I don't know if you saw it on your investigation.
Yeah. Summer house was there. Yeah. Or what's left of it.
Yeah, but that's a big area. There's new houses built on the land at the present time. Keeping in mind the rich history associated with this plot of land, we made various findings during our investigation.
We did.
Including disembodied voices, extreme spikes on the electromagnetic field reader,
Yeah.
and 2 artefacts.
Yes. Now, interestingly, if you relate to the story earlier, when the nun was apparently bricked up in the grounds of her convent, we found, I'm not going to say it's a human bone, but it looks like a pelvis bone, and it's within brickwork or concrete, if you like.
Yeah. The point is that it could be evidence to suggest that the myth about the nun being buried inside the brickwork is actually true. It could be tested, it could be carbon dated to see how old the bone is. It could be tested to see what animal it belongs to.
Yeah.
And if it is human, then...
Wow, no, we'd be blown away with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely blown away.
Could be evidence.
The other interesting item we found was a porcelain elephant. I'll show you in a second. Now, if you've seen the pictures on the video, or if this goes out before, you'll see the pictures after this. It's just rubble, bits of brickwork, concrete, slabs, all sorts. Now, we found a porcelain elephant totally intact, not a scratch on it.
Untouched.
Totally untouched, which in itself is, I don't know, I just can't explain
It's
it.
a miracle, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about that, but I can't explain it, but we'll show you that in a second as well. If anyone can help us with the ID on the bones, yeah, please comment below. Please get in them comments, because I'd love to know. I'm sure you would as well. And as far as the elephant goes, it's just a nice little trinket to find there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Maybe my nan would be interested in it. Interestingly, upon returning the next day with the EMF reader, we didn't actually pick up any electromagnetic energy, is that right?
That is very correct. That was, if you look on the nighttime footage, it was off the scale. It kept just going, you couldn't control it. Wherever you put it down, there was energy there. I went back the next day, the very next day, while I was at work, shut off at my lunch break, went down there, got in the grounds again, nothing. Did not even go off the green, not once. Now, again, that's evidence that, like I said, there's a lot of energy on that site, or there certainly was that night we were there.
So one of the artefacts we found was this porcelain elephant. This was found inside the rubble without a single mark on it, just covered in dust and debris. No scratch marks or chips or anything like that. As you very well know, porcelain is very fragile, and over time things get damaged.
Absolutely.
But this is fine, this is absolutely flawless.
Not
I can't see a single mark on it.
There's not a mark on it. Yeah, so please, if you've ever seen anything like that before,
Yeah, if you can shed some light on this, please let us know.
yeah. And the other artefact, which I'm holding here, is the rock and the human bone, the pelvis bone, whatever that is. Now I'm just going to try and hold that there for you. Now that bone, as you can see, if I can get it off, is just, that's a bit stiff, embedded in there. Look. So there's that bit, and there's the actual bone. Can anyone ID that? Is that a human bone? It looks like the top of a leg to me. But yeah, how did that come out of there? Like that. Just stuck in there like that. But yeah, if you can ID that, get in the comments. Please let us know.
So as we said before, this does support the myth
Yeah, I'd say it was a
that
myth.
the nun was bricked up alive inside the brickwork. left to die. But it could be anything. It could be a pig, goat, sheep, cat, any other twat. But in any case, if any anatomical experts can identify that, then that'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. Please, yeah, get in them comments. And if you do like our video, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notifications if you want to, and then you'll get our videos, the new videos we put on, as and when we put them on. But thank you for watching. Thank you very much. This is the entrance to the old rectory itself. What's left of it? A few scattered rocks and trees. If you can see through, that's all that's left of it.
We find it.
We found it!
This main gate.
To the rectory? Yeah, that's what's left in there. There's not much in there.
No, there's not a lot there.
No, about 10 minutes just before you go.
There's a church round here somewhere, isn't
It's up the top there on the left, on the right.
This is pretty dead over here.
Wrong choice of words there, mate. There's nothing left, is there?
It's a door handle. That is a door handle.
Some sort of handle, yeah.
Mate, if you could find a cross or something, that. Yeah, I might go and get my spirit box in a minute.
Yeah, I think it's worth doing. It's not making stuff.
What's this then?
I don't know.
Big old slab there, look.
Might be the original base.
That'd be like the hallway entrance.
There was a wall here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is all breathing as well.
Yep. Big slab down here as well. Oh Christ, yeah. And in there. Oh, ho, 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 ho. How about that? Yeah.
Bloody hell. The whole place has been knocked down. That's fine.
Wow. What else is down here? Belt buckle. Bits of copper. I can't believe that, Brad. There's something else there. That's a bone. Honestly. Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah, that's like a joint. It's an actual joint.
But it's in the
That's
brickwork.
like a pelvis.
It's in the brickwork as well. How much is it? Didn't they bury that monk in the wall?
Apparently they got bricked in.
I mean, that could be proving that, you know, you can carbon date that.
Didn't they buried him in the wall of life?
Yeah. Well, well, well. I mean, that is the myth that someone was buried in the wall. And in there, we've got a bone buried in brickwork. I can't believe that. And looks like human, like she said, a pelvis bone. Yeah, of course. There's a ton of rubble there, look.
Are these the original bricks?
I would have thought so. Must have been like the garden, mustn't it?
Grass, yeah.
Oh shit, it's going off. Look at that, that was proper red. That is proper energy. Honestly, that never ever goes off. Right, there's nothing at all. Can you make that light up, please? Can you give us a sign that you're here? Again. Try and use the energy, that's it, of the box. Come on. It's not you. That's for sure, look. Can you light that up, please? Try and use your... Go on. Use your energy. Anyone want to ask it a question? See if it does respond to that.
Are you the nun? Are you Mary Ann?
Are you the monk? It's a good sign. Is there anybody that'd like to talk to us from the old rectory? Can you communicate with us? Can anyone come through? Can you talk to us, please? Can you say hello?
Looks like there's something coming round the back. Is there any spirits here that would like to talk? Is there a Mary Ann here?
Mary Ann, is that your bones I found? Is anybody here with us? Can you turn that off?